they should not be afraid of AI for one reason. AI is much more efficient and much better in taking quantitative decisions. So people look at it as something bad. I'm saying the opposite. Leave the emotions with the people. Whenever you can use quantitative, data-driven, which is my life because everything is related to data, AI will do a better work almost everywhere.
Welcome to The Edge for Tomorrow. I'm Tracy, and thanks for being here. So,
thank you,
Eldad,
Tracy.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's really great to have you from Israel. Let's start at the beginning. What problem did you see in the market that made you say that we need an AI-managed investment product, and we need it now?
I think there's an evolution of humanity, evolution of products. You know, people used to buy, to go out, take their cars, look for parking, then look for shops, and then in the shops look for what they want. And today just go online and buy stuff. For me, being very involved for many years, both in the tech side with a lot of venture funds I established and managed, and on the capital markets with a lot of asset management like ETFs and mutual funds and hedge funds, was kind of a dream to make those work together. And I think that a few major technological breakthroughs like connectivity with data centers, before that we couldn't connect anywhere, right? We needed to do everything on premise. The communication itself we're doing now, this couldn't have been done like 10 years ago. It was very hard to do. And then now AI that can sit on databases and give you smart solutions. So I think if I can give one example, which is kind of mind-blowing, is that for ages, people went to people like myself and others to manage their money. And then statistics said, you don't need to do that, just buy an index, right? Because index, what is an index? Index is like raising a white flag in front of the market saying, people cannot manage money in a good way. So we have created indexes because in index, there's nothing smart in them, right? They're kind of stupid products. You just take them and spread them around. And humans can't beat that, which is kind of lousy, right? And this was really, for me, the puzzle, saying, hey, we can do it. With technology, we can do better than index and get some smarts into the computers, taking the best of humans and best of technology in order to create a whole new level of investment management.
Can you give us an overview of some of the highlights of how you wanted to make ETFs smarter?
There was the index ETFs, and our aim from day one said if Vanguard came to the market and said we can beat the active managers, for us, it was the claim to fame was we can beat any index. And in order to do that, we needed to first, the most important part is take humans out of the process. So from day one, we wanted to build a fully autonomous manager. The first thing was say, let's build a machine that will take out humans out of the equation, because my belief was that humans are really bad at logical decisions. We can take it to many other fields in life where emotions take really bad decisions. So especially in quantitative decisions like money. And then we actually took all the basics of investments from Bill Graham to onwards to all the big theories in the world about investment. And we started teaching the machine how to process data, and how to take decision, and how to learn from mistakes in the past, and how to process huge amounts of data. Took us 3 years with a lot of investments of tens of millions of dollars, and the machine started producing really nice results. Now, we take data from what we call sentiment, which is feelings. We take data from professionals. We take ongoing data day to day, because the nice thing about capital markets is every hour something changes.
Where did sentiments come from initially, and what is the capacity of finding these, figuring out these sentiments on a large scale now?
Sentiment is getting more and more important in the capital markets. The younger generations, more people have apps, fintechs, tons of things. 2 minutes, they can buy and sell stocks. They don't necessarily have knowledge. And if you take it 50 years back, we went to an investment professional, we sat with them, he had these papers of what we want to do. There was a very logical quantitative operation. Now, sentiment is very strong, and we need to collect data. Now, you can collect data in many, many ways, and we collect every sentiment that we can buy. I always tell the data scientists is we cannot really know good or bad. Let's put it in the machine and test it over 10 years and see what really works and when it works. And so it's things like Reddit, things like podcasts, things like TV and social networks. And the really strong message is normalizing all the data, digitizing it, and getting one score and changes in score. So it's like a big intelligence. So one sign of intelligence is not enough, but if you get tens and tens and tens more noise, you get a really clear picture.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's why I find this so interesting. What AI is capable of today, what we really know about data sets and how much more that we can utilize them. How did you know you had the right team to make FINQ AI happen?
When you set up something that's kind of, I would say, creative, you need to have people with ability to imagine things. Because when we started and I came out and told people, look, we want to do something that can, beat any index, people will look at me and say, hey, this guy is nuts. Nobody can do that, right? I think the most important factor to getting a team is people who have the passion, or people who can foresee things in the future and not rely on kind of what happened today will improve slightly tomorrow. People who have this energy of entrepreneurs, of dreamers, of people who wanted to create something. So I would say creativity was the most important factor.
Well, speaking of leaders and entrepreneurs, I'd love to give the audience just a little bit more background on you. You're one of the pillars of Israel's investment community and have over 25 years leading and managing Tamir Fishman Investment House across mutual funds, venture capital, tech investments, dozens of IPOs and M&A deals worldwide. And I heard that you're a familiar face on Israeli Business TV and Shark Tank. I have not seen the Israeli Shark Tank. What is wrong with me? I'm very upset about it. So yeah. I will absolutely get on that. So how did I do on your background?
Really good, really good. I think that we talked about personalities. I never look for safe places because that's boring for me. So it's kind of something I always have to do, and this is what gives me joy. Anyway, today is every morning to create something new, to do something exciting. I've chose that route many years ago. I had spent some times in corporates and found out that we cannot even be friends, not talking about marriage, nothing of the sort, no relationships at all. Okay. Can be accomplished on that route. And from that point onwards, I joined some smaller firms and found that I have another disabilities that I really hate that people tell me what to do. So I had one choice. Right. To be an entrepreneur. Okay, so we might have a siren here in a minute. So can you hear that?
I can. Oh my gosh.
This is live, yeah. So,
and you have so many different types of sirens too, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of really unfriendly noises here. No, this is a warning before the siren. Yeah, it's not fun.
Sounds like a predator's coming.
Yeah, somebody. It's like a movie. Somebody's going to eat you now.
Yeah, this is like a background
but that's
noise.
the idea, right? To frighten people so they can go to shelter.
Right.
So I think if you want to be an entrepreneur, as you can see, I'm not frightened from the noise, so that's me. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you really have to understand what it takes in life for you, and really come into it with high level of consciousness. I give a lot of lectures in university and entrepreneurship programs, and people say, I want to have an exit, I want to do this. It doesn't work that way. It's really not easy. It's a really tough world, and you have to have a really problematic personality, which is not always that fun in order to make this happen. So it's not like, I wouldn't recommend it as the first choice of life.
How are we on emergencies? Do you think you have to wrap up for now, or?
Well, it really depends. So the way it works here, that we get a warning
Yeah.
because of all these radars all around the world. And if we have a siren, then I need to go. So I would know within 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, great. We have a fantastic like part 1 then, if you have to, that we can launch, and then we'll come back for part 2. So
we'll have music for that as well.
Yeah, we will. This will be a crazy way to end. We'll be like, we'll be back. I actually started my agency after October 2023. My whole world and perspective has changed. I just want to have a bigger voice, a bigger understanding of the industry that I chose to be a part of, because it's the center of the universe, right? It's the center of the economy, of financial markets, and talking to the biggest voices. Also because Israel is so important to the tech community, to entrepreneurship, and bringing amazing innovations to the U.S. So I love to tell Israelis how much I love them.
Great. Great to hear that.
Yeah.
We need it.
Actually, I want to talk about Israel for a moment. So innovating in Israel, I just would love to give people a quick snapshot on why Israel is so important and coming out with so much innovation and so many great minds.
It's a kind of an evolution because Israelis, it's a small country. We don't have almost any natural resources. We do have a high level of education, especially scientific one. And we do have something called the army. So the army does 2 things to people. We all have to go to the army. So on the technological side, it really gives you a first edge into the top technology, right? Because we can't survive without it. These are days we see that without top technology, we will have like tens of thousands of people dead, and then we have these rockets who are really state-of-the-art technology, right? So we have, since we're a small country and we are in the center of neighbors who unfortunately don't like us, we have to have developed a high level of technology. Other stuff is the personality side. When you're 18 and you have to go to the army, you learn what life is all about. Yeah. So you come out of the army with much more social skills, personal skills, less thinking you are the center of the world. And that gives you less afraid of the world as well. So it's kind of getting mature at the age of 20 rather than the age of, 30. Today, some people get mature at the age of 50. So
yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you hear that. We're having the siren here now. See you in a bit. Bye.
All right, be safe. You were just wrapping up an excellent answer around what makes Israel such a great place to birth entrepreneurs and great tech companies and innovation. What has it been like to be having your startup and having your day-by-day challenges in Israel right now?
It is a huge challenge. Like people are at home, especially those with kids, because the education system is closed. Some people live far away. They don't want to drive and take the risk. So we are kind of going back to the Corona age, if we like it or not, where we kind of manage the employees from far away. So the good thing is that we've done it before. The bad thing is we don't like it. But there it is. We know how to do it.
So you've now launched 2 US ETFs that are fully AI managed. So what does that structure look like, and who are you building this for?
They're really the beginning. We intend to do like 10 to 15 a year and become a really the first ever, I would say, asset manager in the world, which is totally AI based. That's the aim. That's the plan. That's what we want to do. The execution is on us, and we want to do it. But I think we're not looking for a niche play. We believe it's a whole new era. Like we said, there were in the past human active managers, index-related ETFs, and we believe the next generation will be AI-managed ETFs or mutual funds or asset managers, and that's where we're aiming.
I've had a lot of conversations around, is AI going to be able to be autonomous in finance, and is AI going to be able to pick stocks? Is AI going to be able to? And I am not so interested in that conversation anymore. I'm much more interested in like who's going to do it first, and like what does that look like? You're just making sure you're innovating in it and being a leader there.
As of today, it's been already almost 2 months. It's buying and selling stocks, which is like a miracle for me because it has zero human intervention.
Wow.
And, anybody can see the results. It's a short-term thing. Yeah, it's only 6 weeks, but it's amazing. And I believe this is the future, and it will get better and better.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be talking to you at this point. I remember when your team reached back out to me because I initially reached out several months ago and you're like, we're not quite ready. Obviously, it's very exciting that now you are, and we're just at the beginning. Is there anything else that you're starting to think about now when we're looking to the future in terms of how your go-to-market is going to be evolving?
Yeah, I'll share with you the biggest kind of obstacle that I have as an entrepreneur is to convince people that this is the future, right? Because people are built for small, really tiny, small evolution. They're not built for evolution. So it's really hard to convince people there is a revolution. At the end of the day, we want to have a lot of partnerships with brokers and with a lot of platforms, a lot of investment houses for 1K products. It's kind of endless because I believe the whole asset management market is going to change. And once you built an autonomous AI to manage, and it's generic enough in our side, you can manage almost anything provided you have data.
Is there anything else that you wanted to end on?
Yeah, I want to tell people who are watching this that they should not be afraid of AI for one reason. AI is much, much more efficient and much better in taking quantitative decisions. So people look at it as something bad. I'm saying the opposite. Leave the emotions with the people. Whenever you can use quantitative, data-driven, which is my life because everything is related to data, AI will do a better work almost everywhere. So embrace it because it will do good for everyone. People always tell me, yeah, but it's not an asset manager. And I'm telling them an asset manager is got a lot of disadvantages because he can't process tons of data and he has feelings, he have interests and so on. So I feel AI can be really good for humanity and can increase productivity. And you know what? Can really democratize wealth management, which can change the society in a big way.
Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been absolutely fantastic to talk to you at the beginning of what this journey is going to be like for FINQ AI.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. And I'll see you in New York.
See you in New York.